episode 6 of the Post-it Podcast brought to you by BNN. I'm your host, Cassandra Romero.
And I'm your host, Genesis Medina.
And with us today, we have Ms. Valerie Reyes, the Financial Aid Officer here at Bears. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you guys.
So
Hi.
tell us a little bit about yourself, Ms. Reyes.
So this is my first year at PSJ, at Bears. I started in September. So previously I used to work at UTRGV. I was an admissions counselor. And I kind of just help students with the process, right? So getting them accepted or helping them, after they were accepted with getting enrolled and just helping them along the way with what they needed. And now I'm here. And previously, education-wise, I went to UNT, so University of North Texas, and I love working here.
How was that?
It was an experience. So for those who don't know, UNT is in Denton. It's in the middle of Fort Worth and Dallas. So it's about 8-9 hours away. So I didn't have a lot of opportunities to come home. Was really on my own. But it taught me a lot about myself. Taught me to be more independent.
For sure.
And I really enjoyed the campus. It was very welcoming. It is a large campus. It has, I think now, over 35,000 students. It's pretty big.
Yeah.
It was pretty big when I got there. I think that class broke when I graduated, like that high number. But everyone was really welcoming. But it was definitely a bit of a shock seeing that many people.
35,000.
Yeah.
I'm still like...
That's a lot.
Right, but if you think about it, not everyone's there at the same time.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
That's true, yeah.
Maybe half.
Well, you are the Financial Aid Officer here at Bears, so you work at the Go Center. What kind of resources does the Go Center have to offer?
So we offer ACT and SAT registration, and on top of that, we offer what's called a waiver. So it's just so that way you don't have to pay for the exams. We have I call them promo codes, right? But the code that you put in to make sure that you're cleared and you're not liable to pay for that exam itself. On top of that, we usually schedule college visits or college recruiters to come in and talk to you about their campus. So, for example, we would schedule the A&M rep to come talk about A&M College Station or, Texas A&M Corpus Christi to talk about their school. And you can kind of hear firsthand with what the school has to offer. We also assist with financial aid. Financial aid, it's an application to see if you qualify for free money, right, to help you pay for college.
I think everyone knows that.
Right. It's also a graduation requirement. So I help a lot, with that and just trying to get that application done as early as possible to make sure that you guys, if you do qualify, you get the max amount of money that you qualify for.
Right.
Scholarships, promoting scholarships, any opportunities that are out there. If you find something that maybe I don't have, more than welcome, to share. And I do share those opportunities as we do get them. And then we have options for you, to find information based off of booklets and information that reps leave behind. So you all may have gone to college fairs before, and you know how they give you the booklets or the pamphlets.
Right. Yeah,
and
they kind of
We have all of that in the Go Center as well, and I try to get new ones every year for each school, especially the popular schools that you all are interested in.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So, what is the Go Center? I'm kind of confused a little bit.
It's basically a one-stop shop for you all to get assistance with anything you may need post-graduation, right? So whether that's college or career, anything like that, we're there to help you. So resume building, finding colleges, finding opportunities, just really anything you need to prepare for that second stage of your life, and just have support doing it.
I think that's definitely comforting.
Yeah,
sometimes my head stays, I stay up at night and I overthink about, oh my gosh, I don't know what college I want to go to. I'm still not even sure, but there's two things that I want to go into, that I want to major in, what should I choose, or so I think that's very comforting to hear.
Right. And especially because you mentioned sometimes college isn't for a person, so the fact that you guys have different resources is really cool to me.
For people that want to go a different route.
Yeah.
For sure. What did you major in?
Yeah.
You said you're a financial aid officer, and then you worked first you worked at UTRGV, and now you're a financial,
I actually majored in advertising, and no, it was not the major that I chose originally. So I know I went to UNT. I went for speech pathology. Speech pathology is basically when if someone has a stroke or like a speech impediment, you help them correct their speech. So like little kids, they have lips, things like that, right? I went in for that. Came out an advertising major. So
wow.
if you change your major, it's okay. Just don't do it too often. But I went in for that, and I don't know what happened. Went in an advertising major, came out, but I do think that it helped me prepare for this role, right? So I do promote life after graduation for you all, and a lot of it is college. I think that's really is important,
really
but I understand it's not for everyone, right? And promoting college, promoting what there is, in post-secondary education, it really is advertising at the end of the day. So I do feel like it ties in to my job title a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's what I graduated with.
That is very interesting. So what is your role at the Go Center?
So like you mentioned, financial aid officer. And I basically just help educate students, families, anyone who really comes in with what opportunities there are. So, if I meet with students one-on-one, parents one-on-one, families one-on-one, whether that's just a really quick question about if the school has a specific program or a major, or maybe they need, a little bit longer of assistance going through every single step or process along the way. That's really what I'm there for.
That's cool, especially because I know some parents aren't as educated as the students are, so if they can always come in and ask a question, that's comforting for the parents as well.
Yeah. Well, you talked about like financial aid being a requirement for graduation. What are some other requirements for both maroon and white?
So for both maroon and white, you need to do your financial aid application. That one's just a must, no matter what graduation plan you're on. Something else is 2 college applications, and they are the local school. So UTRGV and STC, South Texas College. And if you're graduating in white, you also need 1 out-of-state application as well. Keyword is apply, right? So to apply.
Thank God.
You don't need to get accepted.
Yes.
But you do need to apply. And then for everyone, 2 scholarship applications, and if you're top 10%, you need at least 5.
Okay.
That's interesting.
That's good to know.
Yes.
Yes.
I want to graduate top 10%,
I want to graduate in white. So if you're top 10%, that means you're graduating in white. Like everyone top 10% graduates in white, or is it what?
I'm actually not sure. That's a question for the counselors.
Yeah, I'll probably
we're having them next week.
Yes.
Actually.
It's actually, if I'm not mistaken, it's based off of your college credit. And because I believe that's through SEC, so whether you're core complete or you're graduating with your associates.
Okay.
But I can see how they would tie in, but I'm not sure. I don't want to give you the wrong
information. All right. What advice would you give students taking college courses?
So keep your GPA high, right? So I know dual enrollment kind of seems like high school level classes sometimes, right? Because you're in high school, and it's easy to get the two confused. But your dual credit GPA, so your SEC GPA, it does follow you. Like those are classes that you've taken at the college level. That means you've taken them at the college level, so no matter what college you go to, they're actually going to see that information. So keep that GPA high, keep those grades up, and just make sure that you're holding yourself accountable for that and for those courses.
Right. Because I feel like right now as like sophomores and stuff, we kind of do get slack cut off for us because both you guys are young. But junior and senior year, they don't go by like that. Like,
I heard junior year is like probably the toughest, especially if you want like to apply to a lot of colleges.
You have to do all of that.
But we'll see. We'll see.
Hang in there, guys.
Yeah. 2 more years. What advice would you give to incoming freshmen?
To get involved. So colleges, not only do they look at your grades, right, your GPA, things like that, but they definitely want someone who's very well-rounded. So get involved as early as you can, your freshman year, whether it's a club, organization, sports, or maybe even just volunteering on the weekends with something that your family already does, right?
Right.
and just keeping track of that. And it doesn't necessarily have to be this crazy extensive tracking, but just, maybe a mental note or written down somewhere of like, okay, this is what I've done every year. That's a little bit easier to track with sports, right? Because you're like, oh, I did basketball my senior year, I did basketball my junior year, my freshman year. But the little small things, they can get lost. Yeah. So keeping track of that, getting involved, because that's something that you will put on your college application.
Yeah, I've heard that it looks good, like it attracts colleges.
Yeah, it gives you. I feel like it helps you with time. It shows that you can manage your time.
Yeah, it gives you kind of credibility and stuff. For sure. Yeah, so that always works. So during your high school career, did you have an influential teacher, like your most influential teacher, you would say?
It would be Miss Correa, my world geography teacher. So she was a geography teacher, but she always prepared us for life after graduation, right? So she always held us accountable. I mean, she would stop me. I had her my freshman year, and even up into my senior year, she would stop me in the hallway and be like, "Hey, how are you doing?" And I was like, oh, randomly. And she would always just find you somehow and just keep you accountable. And I think that was really important, and it did affect me in a positive way, right? So now I feel like, oh, okay, like a lot of the things that I've done, I've kept that in the back of my mind, that anything really can be possible. You just kind of have to make it there or find the pathway to get there.
Right. I think that's really good. I think when we come to school, I think it's important that as students we have someone that is there to motivate us.
Right.
A teacher, and be like kind of like our mentor, sort
of.
Like a teacher, counselor. I mean, really anyone that can give us advice.
Yeah, because it's good to have a good support group at home, but if you have a good support group at home and at school, it's always comforting, and it's always
and even feeling. If you don't have that support system at home, you come to
you
school
can always
and you
come
can always
to school
find it.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Well, what's your favorite thing about working at Bears since September? You've been working here since September.
Definitely the school spirit. So it's something that's a little bit different here. You all are so very proud. I mean, it's something that I never noticed before. I mean, now I go to the grocery stores, to the gym, or just anywhere out in public, and I notice all the maroon, and I'm like, oh, wow, I hope that's not a senior, and I just feel like I keep walking. It's my day off, right? But you all wear that so proudly, and you can feel it definitely in the school. Any contest, you all are the first ones there voting. I see you guys,
the most spirited in
the hallway, and you're aggressively clicking on your phone.
I had it on my bookmarks tab.
Yes, we were trying to. I was like, let's remove them.
Yes. Every class, the teachers would be like, okay, guys, you guys know what to do. Let's vote. And we were just there, like a good 10 minutes, just Bears, Bears. And I feel like you really can feel it here at the school, right? And you feel it in the hallways, you see it in the hallways, you see it in the classroom, outside of the classroom, even outside of the school. So I really do love the school spirit the school has, and I feel like it makes you guys very competitive in a healthy way, right?
Yeah.
So you always want to be number one, and that also helps with scholarships. But no, I really do enjoy the school spirit, and just seeing how you guys wear that on your shoulder, just it just makes me really happy.
I think it helps with this campus feeling like a family.
Yeah, it
Definitely.
feels very united. Yeah. Which I think safe to say that award that we got, the most spirited school, was very well deserved.
Very well deserved.
It was.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for coming today.
It was very, very fun having you here.
Yes, I like learning about the Ghost Center.
Yes, I feel like this is all information that's very beneficial as a sophomore, because I probably would have not known this until my junior year.
Kind of gives me peace of mind knowing that I can go to the Ghost Center my junior year and
talk to them,
figure out all that stuff, because in reality I'm like a big worrywart, and so that really gives me peace of mind. So thank you so much for that.
Yes, of course. Anything you guys need, I'm here.
Thank you.
That is so comforting.
Thank you guys so much for tuning into episode 6 of the Post-it Podcast. Go Bears!